Today's episode is a little bit different to the usual episode. I am talking with you, to my listeners, and coaching myself a little bit and basically exploring where I am at this week and sharing some deep past things. Hello, you're listening to the Courageous Goals podcast. This podcast is for high-achieving, courageous women who want growth and the know-how to scale their business online. Running a business is a journey and a process. The more we learn in action, the more we succeed. If you're a woman in business, this is the podcast for you. Be in the 5% of businesses that make it. Let's get bold and create the life we desire. I'm bringing my passion to you through advice, coaching, inspiration, and support to help you create and design the life and business you want to live. I am a Dubsado expert, CPD certified in social media platforms, and a lover of admin systems and processes. I am an accredited ICF coach, specialising in trauma and narcissism. My own coaching journey has supported my growth immensely, and I want to share those highlights with you to inspire and give you courage. Let's get intentional with our goals and make them happen. Let's get started. Hello, and thank you for joining me on today's episode of the Courageous Goals podcast. Today I want to talk. I just want to talk with a cuppa in my hand and talk to you listeners. I must say it feels a little bit like a coaching session, just talking without fully planning what I'm going to talk about. But I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit like a coaching session, so I might coach myself slightly, but the idea is I'm just going to let my thoughts go and see where they end up. So lately I have been thinking a lot about where I'm at, where I have been the last few years. And I think this all kind of comes back to my coaching journey. This is what I'm thinking about. My coaching journey is in my head. So far, it has been absolutely beautiful, really in-depth, such hard work, and yet I'm loving the process, if that makes sense. My professional coach diploma was with Optimus Coach Academy, who are accredited by the ICF, International Coach Federation, and I completed 125 hours of training with them and 50 hours of coaching to gain my diploma, my accreditation to be an ICF coach. I have now gone on to train as a trauma-informed coach and a Narcissistic Abuse Specialist with Caroline Strawson. The amount of knowledge that Caroline has it's magical. Like, she just knows so much about trauma and narcissism, and it's really nice, that's not even a word. Well, it is, but it's not the word that I would like to use. Caroline has been really insightful and hugely supportive to so many of us. With just everything that she does is always above and beyond, and knowing that you've got someone in your corner who believes you, understands, relates, like, everything is just out of this world. It truly is. And it, there was a time where I was going through some really tough stuff, and when you start to think, am I crazy? Did that just happen? Or did that person just say that? You start to think all of these things, and you really question yourself, and you question yourself so many times that it becomes normal, and you start to question yourself over every single little thing. And hearing Caroline and her journey and the training that she's teaching us, the support she's giving us, knowing that everyone is thinking and feeling the same, or they've been through the same thing, or they're still going through the same thing. As much as you don't want these people to go through these things, it's reassuring, I guess, knowing that you've been through this and that you're not actually crazy, that you're not going mad. So the training I'm doing is a lot. It's a lot. That it's deep inner work, and I'm doing the training all alongside doing my own healing, because as part of the training we get access to the actual healing course. So we're doing the healing as well as the training all in one big journey. It's just absolutely huge. And I guess I'm talking about this a lot now because a couple of weeks ago I was fortunate, as part of Caroline's course, to have a place on the 3-day training with Grixti of Brainspotting UK, and I'm now a brainspotting therapist, which sounds crazy in itself, but oh my gosh, it's just absolutely amazing. It's a step up from EMDR, and it uses the field of vision to locate specific eye spots that you can use to access trauma in a more in-depth way, to allow healing and resolution of issues that have just been there for so long. It's fascinating work. It's hugely fascinating. And whilst I was on this training, there were several volunteers who decided to go in front of all of us women and have a therapy session with Mark. And it was beautiful to watch. A lot of us, myself included, were in tears for the majority of the 3 days, listening to other people's stories because they're so traumatic, as well as being able to relate to it in your own trauma. And then we were also able to talk to each other in one-on-one sessions and practice and train as a brain-spotting therapist. Working on your trauma is so tough, and so many people shy away from it because it's so in-depth. But did you know that 1 in 5 people have trauma, which is absolutely huge? So if we learn to be free from shying away from things, working on ourselves, unlocking the past if that's what we need to do, our lives could look so very different. It's not easy, definitely not easy. It takes time. Healing is a long journey, and for some it will be something that you do forever, but you owe it to yourself to do the work, don't you? I know that I do, definitely. I do feel like I have been working on things for a number of years, and more so in the last few years I have been. But yeah, since starting my whole coaching journey last summer in 2021, so many things have opened up. So many things have changed. I view things very differently. I just do so much so differently, and it has been truly rewarding and just empowering. I think empowering is a really good word. Knowledge is power, right? And if you have all of this knowledge and these skills, see when I kind of talk and I get passionate about things, my brain starts to work too fast and my words don't come out correctly. But what I was saying was, having knowledge and having these skills really is empowering work. So if you feel that you want to work on yourself but it feels too hard, let me tell you from my perspective, it is massively hard. It really, really is, but it is 100% worth it. There are some weeks where I have a really good session, and as much as it's really hard, I want to continue. So I fly into another session maybe a week or two later. And then there are times when I have a session or I do some training and it totally takes it out of me. It throws me off in so many different ways. And then I kind of go on this long processing journey of my own, and I kind of get stuck there for a few weeks or even a month or two, and then I slowly start to pick it back up again, because doing the work is really, really hard. I mean, I keep saying it, but it is really hard. But at the same time, you get so much from it, and a healing journey is very long. It's continued work, but I will say that I already feel like I'm starting to heal in different ways, and it's beautiful. It truly is. And I guess I'm talking about this today because this weekend, on the 8th of October, I'm attending an event with Caroline Strawson in London, and the event is going to be magical. The day is all about healing and trauma and doing that deep somatic work. And then in the evening, it's a PR party, basically, because Caroline's book, The Unseen Wounds of Women, has just come out, and we are all able to celebrate with her. So this event is going to be huge. It's going to be amazing. At the same time, it's going to be a lot of deep healing work again. So I'm a little bit nervous to see what happens, but I'm very excited by the day. So I guess I'm talking about all of this now currently because I've just done this Brainspotting weekend. I'm now attending the Unseen Wounds of Women with Caroline Strawson in London, and I guess I'm doing a lot more work on myself. So the whole trauma, narcissism, coaching, therapy is all very prevalent in my life at the moment. And I guess I wanted to share that with you because if you're not aligned with where you are in your life right now, you're going to really struggle. Or that's my opinion, and that's what I've experienced at the moment. So as a lot of you know, I am a Dubsado expert, and that's what I do. I help people set up with Dubsado. I also offer business support, especially with tech, because that's what I've been doing for years. However, my life is starting to slowly change and spin because of coaching, and it has shown me how much I really want to help and support women in life, in business, whatever area it is. I just want to help support women, and we go through enough as it is trying to do so much, whether that's being a parent, being a partner, a wife, a girlfriend, or being this superwoman in business, or being this superwoman as an employed person. Whatever it is that you have going on in your world, you also have life things that are happening around you or have happened in the past. And I invite you to really tune in with where you're at right now to see if you can feel more aligned with what you need. this week I have actually really been trying to do that with myself, because I'm not sure if you can tell, but my voice is quite off at the moment. I caught my daughter's bug. She's had a chest infection which developed after a bug. So I've caught whatever it is that she's got. So my voice is playing up. So if you can hear it, I apologise. But my point is, because I've been ill, I think I've been ill because my body has felt quite run down with all of the training and the deep healing work that I've been doing, and obviously the brain spotting, and then I've got this event coming up, and all around that I'm still working, I'm still a mum, I'm still a partner, I've still got to look after the house and do everything that you need to do in life, which so many of us do. We're juggling so much. And aside from that, as a lot of you know a little bit about my journey, I'm still dealing with a very abusive ex, which is fun. I'm going to put something lighthearted in here because feeling all of the feels on a podcast today is not the day that I would like to do it. But the point is, I'm tuning into my body and what it needs right now. So I have been ill this week, so I've been taking it much slower, and I've been processing a lot still since the brain spotting weekend. And it actually feels quite good to put this podcast out there, this episode today, because it's very honest, it's very open, it feels brutal, and it feels worth it. I think there's a lot of women that could probably relate to where I'm at the moment. You may not be on a coaching journey or training to be a coach or anything like that, but you might be able to relate in other ways, such as trauma or doing so many things in your day to day. And I guess we don't always talk about what's really going on for us. And so that's why I wanted to do this today, because this is where I am at this week. So I invite you to get aligned with where you are at in your life right now, and really find what it is that you need to do. At the moment, this afternoon, I'm actually feeling like I need to listen to some music. Music is therapy for me. Depending on what music it is, it's therapy for me in lots of different ways. And that's what I'm feeling. So I think after I've done this episode, I'm probably going to listen to some music and just take some time out, maybe have a cup of tea. As you all know, I'm a fan of tea. And just kind of see what comes up. And this automatically brings me back to thinking about brain spotting, because I'm one of those people who likes to gaze quite a lot. I kind of go into my own little world. My eyes kind of fix on a specific spot, and I end up thinking about things that I didn't know would come up. And that's kind of how gaze spotting works in the whole brain spotting therapy. It truly is magical. If you're interested in finding out more, or actually would like to work on some trauma through gaze spotting, then let me know. It's truly fascinating. Okay, so I'm not sure what else is coming up for me at the moment. I just kind of wanted to share where I'm at. And I guess I feel like I have coached myself a little bit here, because I've been thinking about all sorts of things. and I've been doing a lot of work on myself, so it feels good to share that with you. And as I said, it feels quite brutal and honest and open and vulnerable and all those sorts of words, but at the same time it feels like I've done some good. And if you are listening, then I hope it's been what do I hope? I hope that it's been good to hear that other people are going through maybe similar to what you're going through, and you can relate to that. And yeah, I just invite you to take some time for you and look at where you're at right now and see how you would like to move forward. Anyway, so as always, there is the free community for you on Facebook. It's called Courageous Women in Business. If you'd like to head on over there and join us, then please do. And if you'd like to connect with me, you can do that. Just head over to my website, leannebrown.com, and you can find all of the relevant links on there. And I look forward to talking with you again soon. And I will probably share my insights and my day from Caroline Strawson's event in London with you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening to the Courageous Goals podcast. I really hope you've enjoyed today's episode and taken something of value for you. If you'd love more advice, coaching, inspiration and support, head on over to join many other courageous women in business in our free community group over on Facebook. We'd love to welcome you. You can also find free useful resources over on the website at leannebrown.com/resources. Right, that's all for this week. I look forward to sharing another episode with you next week.